Greetings and felicitations again, my fellow perceptive purple people. I wanted to take a few moments to talk with you about some rather troubling statements that are being made by several MAGA followers of late that really need to be talked about. Namely, the calls for the suspension of the Constitution to replace with, well, what really? This is not the first time that we've had sufficient discontent within our country to spark calls for something different than our form of democracy. There are parallels in history that we can look at. In this case, however, the most applicable parallel would be not that far back, just under a century ago, as a matter of fact. Back just prior to and into World War II, there was sufficient support for Nazism and fascism right here in the good old red, white, and blue US of A. These people also felt that the Constitution had run its course, and they believed that having a strong leader instead of what they considered to be a feckless democracy would be able to make America great again in their time. These people were, gratefully, a very small minority that had little sway over the national politics of the day. What they were attempting, however, has never really gone away. Their concepts have lain quietly festering in the dark areas of our society as the progeny of their supporters have been waiting for their chance to try again. However, though it may be a little larger this time, they remain in the minority. This means they can't simply take the power needed to destroy our Constitution and democracy for a charismatic fascist leader that will help to keep them in power to rule, not represent, everyone they decide is inferior to themselves. No, to be able to take your power away from you, they need your consent. They need you to unwittingly vote for their agenda by convincing you to not engage your brain's natural ability to detect their bullshit, but your less logical, more faith-oriented, emotional area of the brain that you would otherwise keep in check for anything political. Why the history lesson and comments? Well, a couple of reasons that dovetail into each other. Namely, I reviewed a few speeches given in Germany and here in America during the lead-up to World War II. As you're probably already aware, there are a lot of similarities in the terminologies being used. But more directly, the claims that only a strong dictatorial presidency could fix our democracy. Then, in a couple of completely different forums, I noticed a lot of comments being tossed about, mostly by MAGA types, but not only them, about believing that our democracy needs to be suspended in order to fix our democracy. Yes, you heard that last part correctly. These people are claiming that our democracy needs to be suspended in order to fix that very same democracy. If this were even remotely close to true, can you imagine how many of all those third world countries that have had dictatorial coup after dictatorial coup would be now thriving democracies? So, here we are today, with another charismatic politician making all the same old arguments, but a lot of our fellow citizens have forgotten the lessons of our past and are allowing these poisoning words to gain traction where they otherwise would not, because they are held enthralled by this cult of personality. Their logic and good old horse sense have been suppressed in favor of their faith, and facts have little power in that realm. They have bought into what is, effectively, a political pyramid scheme. And just like all the other pyramid schemes, it's the people who are the most supportive, the most loyal, the most dedicated to their cause that get screwed the worst. So, what can we do to protect our democracy? Vote, while you still can. If these people win, you will likely never get another chance to engage your political power in this way again. The good news is that although these people are louder and more numerous than they were before, they remain in the minority against we Constitution-supporting Americans. As long as we all vote, This whole MAGA thing will become a mere footnote of interest in our country's brightly unfolding future. After this successful rebuffing of such American fascist nonsense again, it will remain we the people's responsibility, not the government's, to keep these recurring dangers in check. We do this by always remaining aware, examining the facts without prejudice, and applying good logical thinking to recognize them when they will inevitably pop up again. For now, as always, make sure to vote for the candidate that will leave the office of the presidency and our constitutional democracy intact when he peacefully leaves office, like our founding fathers showed us how to do. So what are your thoughts about this? Do you find this position reasonable? Or do you have a more logical and or rational idea? Do be prepared for vigorous yet polite debate, but let's hear it. As always, I'll see you in the comments section below. Till then, remember to keep your balance and stay purple, people. We'll see you again real soon. And let's get America together again.